Hi, my name is Aaron Myers and I'm a language coach dedicated to helping others learn language better. You can find out more about me, about my coaching, or about my work here in Turkey at my website, the Turkish Listening Library. But these videos are not about learning Turkish. They're about helping you, the language learner, be more efficient, more effective, and have a lot more fun learning any language. To do this, I offer you language learning tips. Today's tip: the 2-minute record. Today's tip comes from an article I recently read by Reid Wilson. The article's name was Activities for Building Vocabulary Recognition, and you can find a blog post about it and a link to the article at the website, the Turkish Listening Library. Reid experimented with a new thing for him. He's a big fan of MP3 recordings and in fact was a big inspiration for me to build the Turkish Listening Library. But what Reid found was he had about 30 minutes with a language helper, a friend of his, who he was actually exchanging English lessons for Arabic, colloquial Arabic lessons. And he's doing this a few times a week, and he wanted to maximize that time. So what he did was he took along his recording device, and he had his friend speak in just a natural tone of voice, and he recorded it for 2 minutes. And he asked the friend to tell him about what he did the day before. He recorded this, and then he rewound it, and for the next 28 minutes, he and his friend worked through the text, one sentence, one word at a time, and really just worked through it in that manner. As he came across new words, he would ask them, clarify them, maybe write them down, and then he would immediately go back and listen to it again until he got through the whole thing. And that first day, it took them about the rest of the time to get through the entire 2-minute recording. But by the end, he had a 2-minute recording of which he could understand everything in the recording. Later that day, he listened to it again. That evening, he listened to it a few times just to really make sure that by the end, the 4th, 5th, 6th times he listened to it, he didn't need to use his notes anymore. Now, he did this each time he met with his language helper, his friend, that week. Recorded a 2-minute sample, worked through it. The process got quicker, and by the end of the week of doing this, and he actually did it with another friend outside of this time, by the end of the week he had about 15 minutes of recorded material, all of which he could understand. He'd learned about 100 new vocabulary words in that time that he knew them in the context. So it was a great way to really maximize his lesson time, give him a lot of exposure to the sounds, the words, and the words in context, and give him control over what he was getting as input. So I think it's a really great method. Some of the things to just remember is he asked the same questions each time so that he could, the next time he asked him what he did the day before, his friend, he'd done different things, but a lot of the ways he talked about it, a lot of the words were recycled, reviewed, making comprehension much better. So I'd encourage you to give it a try. If you have any native speaking friends of the language you're learning, see if you can record them. Just 2 minutes. This is a great place also to go back and use those power tools that we talked about to figure out how to say, I'm learning your language. I would like to make a 2-minute recording. Can you share with me what you did yesterday? Build up a whole, library of personally recorded material like this, and it'll do a great deal to help you improve and make your language learning more effective. Give it a try. Go for the 2-minute record. Blessings on your language learning journey, and we'll see you next week.